Ever wondered why so many men are obsessed with their Rolex watches? Is it just the shine, the weight on the wrist, or is it something much, much deeper? You see it on the red carpet, in the boardroom, on the golf course. It's a brand that whispers success without having to say a word. For many, it's the ultimate symbol that you've made it. But the story, the real reason for this obsession goes far beyond just a price tag. It's a fascinating world, and tonight we're pulling back the curtain. A Rolex is more than just a watch, it's a statement. It's a piece of history, a marvel of engineering, and a legacy you can wear every single day. It speaks volumes about who you are and the standards you hold. From the moment it's assembled by hand to the moment it's passed down to the next generation, every tick of a Rolex tells a story of ambition, precision, and timeless elegance. So stick with me. We're going to dive deep into the 5 key reasons why this iconic timepiece captures the hearts and minds of men all over the world. We'll explore the status, the incredible craftsmanship, its surprising value as an investment, the powerful legacy behind the name, and its unmatched style. You might just find yourself looking at that crown logo in a whole new light. Let's get into it. Alright, let's start with the big one, the reason that probably comes to mind first for so many people: status. You can't deny it. When someone walks into a room wearing a Rolex, it commands a certain level of attention. It's a non-verbal cue, an immediate signal of success, achievement, and a certain standard of living. It's the modern-day equivalent of a king's crown, but for your wrist. It's a universally recognized emblem of prosperity. Think about it. For decades, popular culture has cemented this idea in our minds. We see our heroes, the titans of industry, the movie stars, the sports legends, all sporting a Rolex. James Bond, Paul Newman, Jay-Z, Roger Federer. These aren't just celebrities, they are icons of excellence in their fields. When we see them wearing a Rolex, it subconsciously links the watch with their success, their coolness, their peak performance. It becomes aspirational. It's a powerful psychological trigger. For many men, acquiring their first Rolex is a deeply personal milestone. It's not just about buying an expensive item, it's a celebration. It's the reward for years of hard work, for landing that big promotion, for closing that game-changing deal, or for launching a successful business. It's a tangible reminder sitting right there on their wrist of what they've accomplished through dedication and perseverance. This isn't just about showing off to others, though that's certainly part of the appeal for some. More often, it's an internal validation. It's a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you've reached a level where you can own something of this caliber. It's a personal trophy that you get to carry with you everywhere you go, a constant source of motivation and a reminder of the journey it took to get there. The brand itself has masterfully cultivated this image. Rolex meticulously controls its marketing, its supply, and its associations. They sponsor prestigious events like Wimbledon, Formula One, and world-class sailing regattas. These are arenas of precision, endurance, and elite performance. By aligning themselves with these events, Rolex reinforces the message: this is the watch for winners, for pioneers, for those at the very top of their game. And let's talk about the wait list. The fact that you often can't just walk into a store and buy the most sought-after models adds another layer to its status. It creates an aura of exclusivity and desire. Owning one means you either have the right connections or the patience to wait, making the final acquisition that much more special. It's not just bought, it's earned in more ways than one. This exclusivity transforms the watch from a mere product into a membership badge. It signals entry into a club, an unspoken community of individuals who appreciate quality, success, and the finer things in life. When two people wearing Rolexes spot each other from across a room, there's often a subtle nod of mutual recognition and respect. It's a shared understanding. So when a man straps on a Rolex, he's not just telling the time. He's telling a story about his ambitions, his achievements, and his place in the world. It's a powerful statement piece that communicates success without a single word. It's a declaration that he values quality, has an eye for timeless design, and has worked hard to earn the privilege of wearing it. This desire for status is a fundamental part of human nature, and Rolex has tapped into it more effectively than perhaps any other luxury brand in history. It's not just about what the watch is made of, it's about what the watch represents. It represents a pinnacle, a goal reached, a life well lived. And that's why, for so many, the journey to success feels incomplete without that iconic crown sitting on their wrist. It's the ultimate accessory for the man who has arrived. It's more than a watch. It's a testament to the life he has built, a symbol of his personal and professional victories. That right there is a powerful, powerful draw. Now, if a Rolex were only about status, the obsession might feel a bit hollow. But what gives that status its rock-solid foundation is the second reason men love these watches: the absolutely mind-blowing craftsmanship. We're talking about a level of quality and precision that is simply in a league of its own. This isn't just a watch, it's a masterpiece of micro-engineering, assembled by hand with painstaking care. Let's start with the materials. Rolex doesn't just use standard stainless steel, they use 904L stainless steel, which they call oyster steel. This is a super alloy more commonly found in the aerospace and chemical industries. It's incredibly resistant to corrosion and pitting, and it can be polished to a shine that other steels just can't match. They even have their own in-house foundry where they create their own proprietary gold alloys. Everos, their unique pink gold, is designed never to fade. Then you have the heart of the watch, the movement. Every single Rolex movement is a mechanical marvel, comprised of hundreds of tiny, intricate parts, all working in perfect harmony. Unlike a quartz watch that uses a battery, a Rolex is powered by the motion of your own body. This is what's known as a perpetual self-winding movement, a technology that Rolex pioneered and perfected. It's a living, breathing machine on your wrist, and every single one of these movements is certified as a superlative chronometer. This is a big deal. First, the movement is sent to COSC, the official Swiss Chronometer Testing Institute, for 15 days of rigorous testing to ensure its accuracy. But for Rolex, that's not enough. After it passes COSC and is cased up, Rolex conducts its own even stricter tests in their own labs, ensuring an accuracy of -2 to +2 seconds per day. That is staggeringly precise. Think about the assembly. Each watch is put together by hand by highly skilled watchmakers in Switzerland. It's a slow, methodical process that can take up to a year for a single watch. Every screw is tightened to a precise torque. Every jewel is set perfectly, and every surface is finished to an immaculate standard, even the parts you will never see hidden deep inside the case. This is a commitment to perfection that is almost fanatical. Let's talk about the details you can see. The iconic oyster case, for example, is a marvel of robustness. Patented in 1926, it was the world's first waterproof and dust-proof wristwatch case. Its system of screwing down the bezel, case back, and winding crown against the middle case creates a hermetically sealed environment, like a submarine's hatch, protecting the precious movement inside. This is why a submariner can go 300 meters deep without breaking a sweat. The crystal on modern Rolexes is made from synthetic sapphire, which is virtually scratch-proof. The only thing that can really scratch it is a diamond. The little magnifying lens over the date, the Cyclops, is also a Rolex invention, making the date instantly readable. It's these small, thoughtful innovations, developed over decades, that add up to an unparalleled user experience. Even the bracelet is an engineering feat. The solid links, the secure clasps with their micro-adjustment systems like the glide lock, allow for a perfect, comfortable fit. There's a satisfying, solid click when you close the clasp that just exudes quality. It feels substantial, balanced, and secure on the wrist. It's the complete opposite of a flimsy, jangly watch band. This dedication to quality means a Rolex is built to last not just a lifetime, but multiple lifetimes. They are incredibly durable and reliable. These are not delicate dress watches you have to baby. Men love this robustness. They can wear their Rolex while swimming, hiking, working on their car, or playing with their kids, confident that it can handle whatever life throws at it. Ultimately, wearing a Rolex is an appreciation of excellence. It's knowing that you have a piece of machinery on your wrist that represents the absolute pinnacle of its craft. It's a tangible connection to a tradition of perfectionism. For a man who values quality, who appreciates how things are made, and who strives for excellence in his own life, the craftsmanship of a Rolex is not just a feature, it's the entire point. So we have status, we have craftsmanship, but what about the money? This brings us to a truly unique aspect of Rolex ownership and honestly, a major driver of its appeal, its investment value. In a world where most luxury goods like cars or electronics start losing value the second you buy them, many Rolex watches do the exact opposite. They hold their value, and in many cases, they appreciate significantly over time. This is a huge factor for men, who are often conditioned to think in terms of assets and long-term value. Buying a Rolex doesn't always feel like a frivolous expense. For many models, it feels like a savvy financial move. It's a way to park your money in a tangible, beautiful asset that you can actually use and enjoy every single day. It's an investment you can wear. Why does this happen? Well, it comes down to a perfect storm of supply and demand. Rolex produces around 1 million watches a year, which sounds like a lot, but when compared to the global demand, it's really just a drop in the ocean. They intentionally limit the production of their most popular professional models, like the stainless steel Daytona, Submariner, and GMT Master 2. This scarcity creates a red-hot secondary market. This is where the infamous waitlist comes into play again. Because authorized dealers have far more customers than they have watches, many desirable models sell on the pre-owned or gray market for prices well above their original retail price. A steel Daytona with a retail price of around $15,000 might sell for double or even triple that on the secondary market. This immediate equity is a powerful incentive. This phenomenon isn't new. Vintage Rolex models have been collector's items for decades, with rare examples fetching astronomical prices at auction. The Paul Newman Daytona, for example, is legendary. Newman's own watch sold for a staggering $17.8 million in 2017. While that's an extreme example, it really highlights the brand's incredible staying power and collectability. For the average guy, this means the Rolex he buys today for his 30th birthday could be worth significantly more by his 50th. It's an asset that's not tied to the volatility of the stock market. It's a hard asset, a piece of precious metal and master engineering, whose value is underpinned by a century of brand reputation and controlled scarcity. This provides a sense of financial security. This investment potential changes the entire psychology of the purchase. A man might hesitate to spend $10,000 on a vacation that will be over in a week, but spending that same amount on a Rolex that could be worth $15,000 in a few years feels like a responsible, intelligent decision. It reframes luxury as a prudent allocation of capital. Furthermore, the liquidity of Rolex watches is remarkable. Because of the high demand, selling a popular Rolex model is relatively quick and easy. There's a robust global network of dealers and private collectors ready to buy. This means your asset is not only appreciating, but it's also easily convertible back into cash if needed, making it a much more practical investment than, say, fine art or antique furniture. This financial aspect also adds another layer to the status we talked about earlier. Owning a sought-after Rolex isn't just a sign that you had the money to buy it, it's a sign you were savvy enough to acquire it. It signals a certain level of financial acumen and an understanding of how markets and value work. It's a subtle flex of not just wealth, but wisdom. So, when a man looks at a Rolex, he's not just seeing a beautiful watch, he's also seeing a store of value, a hedge against inflation, and a potentially profitable asset. It satisfies both the desire for a luxury good and the rational need to make smart financial choices. It's the rare purchase that appeals to both the heart and the head, making it an almost irresistible proposition for the financially minded man. Beyond the status and the investment, there's something deeper, something more emotional that draws men to Rolex. Its incredible heritage and the sense of legacy it represents. When you buy a Rolex, you're not just buying a watch, you're buying a piece of history. You're becoming part of a story that stretches back over a century, filled with adventure, innovation, and groundbreaking achievements. The story begins with founder Hans Wilsdorf, a visionary who, in the early 20th century, believed that the wristwatch could be both elegant and reliable, at a time when most men carried fragile pocket watches. His relentless pursuit of precision and durability set the tone for the entire brand. This wasn't just about making jewelry, it was about creating tools for pioneers. Think about the historic firsts. In 1927, a young English swimmer named Mercedes Gleitze swam across the English Channel wearing a Rolex Oyster. After more than 10 hours in the icy water, the watch was still ticking perfectly. Rolex took out a full-page ad in the Daily Mail to celebrate, and the legend of the waterproof watch was born. This wasn't just marketing, it was proof of performance. The brand's history is intertwined with the great explorations of the 20th century. Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay had a Rolex on their expedition when they were the first to summit Mount Everest in 1953. Don Walsh and Jacques Piccard took a specially designed Rolex deep into the Mariana Trench, the deepest point on Earth, strapped to the outside of their submersible in 1960. It survived the crushing pressure and came up working perfectly. This spirit of adventure is baked into the DNA of their most iconic models. The Submariner was developed for professional divers. The GMT Master was created for Pan Am pilots to track 2 time zones on long-haul flights. The Daytona was built for endurance race car drivers. These watches weren't designed in a boardroom to look cool. They were purpose-built tools for professionals working at the limits of human endeavor. This rich history creates a powerful emotional connection. Wearing a GMT Master connects you to the golden age of air travel. Strapping on a Submariner links you to a lineage of underwater explorers. It allows a man to carry a piece of that adventurous spirit with him, even if his daily life is more about navigating spreadsheets than scaling mountains. It's a reminder of what's possible. This heritage then flows into a more personal sense of legacy. A Rolex is one of the few items a man can buy that is truly built to last for generations. The phrase, "you never actually own a Patek Philippe, you merely look after it for the next generation," is famous, but it applies just as strongly to Rolex. There's a profound appeal in the idea of passing your watch down to your son or daughter. It becomes more than just a watch. It becomes a family heirloom, an artifact. It's the watch you wore when you got married, when your first child was born, when you celebrated major life successes. All those memories, all that personal history becomes infused into the object itself. When it's passed down, it carries your story with it. It's a tangible link between generations. This idea of legacy provides a deep, meaningful justification for the purchase. It's not just for you, it's for your family's future. It's a way of creating a tradition. Many men who own a Rolex received it from their father, and the emotional weight of that connection is immense. It's a constant reminder of him, his values, and his love. So, when a man chooses a Rolex, he's often thinking about the long game. He's thinking about the stories the watch will tell. He's connecting with a century of daring adventurers and innovators, and he's starting his own chapter in that story, creating a legacy that he can one day place on the wrist of someone he loves. That connection to the past and the future is a powerful, timeless, and deeply human motivation. We've covered the big, heavy-hitting reasons: status, craftsmanship, investment, and legacy. But let's bring it back to the everyday. The final crucial reason men can't resist a Rolex is its incredible versatility and timeless style. At the end of the day, a watch is an accessory, and a Rolex is perhaps the most perfect accessory a man can own. What's truly remarkable about most Rolex models is their go-anywhere, do-anything nature. Take the Submariner, for example. It was born as a rugged, professional dive tool. You can wear it with a wetsuit 300 meters underwater. But you can also wear that exact same watch with a finely tailored suit to a black tie event, and it looks perfectly at home. How many objects on Earth can claim that kind of range? This chameleon-like ability is central to its appeal. A man's life is varied. He might be in a tough negotiation in the morning, at the gym in the afternoon, and out for a fancy dinner in the evening. A Rolex transitions seamlessly through all of these scenarios. You don't need to switch your watch. It's always appropriate, always stylish. This makes it incredibly practical for the modern man. The design language of Rolex is a masterclass in balance. It's classic but not dated. It's sporty but also elegant. It's distinctive but not loud or gaudy. The proportions of the case, the clarity of the dial, the design of the hands and hour markers, it's all been refined over decades to achieve a kind of aesthetic perfection. It looked good 50 years ago, it looks great today, and it will still look fantastic 50 years from now. This timelessness is a key part of the appeal. Men often shy away from fleeting fashion trends. They want to invest in pieces that will last, both physically and stylistically. A Rolex is the antithesis of fast fashion. It's a stable, enduring style icon. Buying one means you never have to worry about it looking out of style. It is, by its very definition, always in style. The brand offers a wide range of options to suit different personalities while still maintaining that core Rolex DNA. Do you want something purely elegant and classic? The Datejust or the Day Date is your answer. Are you more adventurous and sporty? The Submariner, GMT Master, or Explorer is calling your name. Do you have a passion for motorsport and precision timing? The Daytona is your grail. There's a Rolex for every archetype. This allows for a degree of personal expression. Choosing a specific model, dial color, or bracelet style becomes a statement of a man's individual taste. A Pepsi bezel, GMT, says something different than a Hulk Submariner or a classic steel date just with a fluted bezel. It allows men to participate in a shared language of style while still showcasing their own personality. The physical presence of the watch also contributes to its style. The weight of the solid steel or gold, the way the light plays off the polished and brushed surfaces, the smooth sweep of the second hand, it all adds up to a feeling of quality and substance. It elevates any outfit, whether it's a simple t-shirt and jeans or a bespoke three-piece suit. It's the ultimate finishing touch. For many men, a Rolex is the one and only piece of jewelry they wear, aside from a wedding ring. It has to do a lot of heavy lifting, stylistically. It needs to represent their taste, their personality, and their attention to detail, all in one small package. And Rolex delivers on that front better than any other brand. It's a simple, powerful way to signal that you care about the details. Ultimately, this versatility makes a Rolex an incredibly easy and satisfying watch to own. There's no stress, no second guessing. You put it on in the morning and you know you're set for the day, no matter what it holds. It's reliable, robust, and effortlessly stylish. It's the one watch that can truly be the only watch a man needs, even if it's the one that starts a lifelong collecting habit. So there you have it. From the boardrooms of New York to the deepest oceans and the highest peaks on Earth, the appeal of a Rolex is undeniable. It's so much more than a simple time-telling device. It's a powerful symbol of status and accomplishment, a silent announcement to the world that you've reached a certain pinnacle in your life. But that status is earned, built on a foundation of unparalleled craftsmanship and a fanatical dedication to perfection that you can feel every time you wear it. It's also a surprisingly savvy move. In a world of depreciating assets, it stands as a tangible investment that you can enjoy while it holds and often grows its value. It's a piece of history on your wrist, connecting you to a century of adventure, innovation, and human endeavor. It's a legacy in the making, an heirloom destined to be passed down, carrying your stories with it to the next generation. And through it all, it remains one of the most versatile and timelessly stylish objects a man can own. It's the intersection of all these powerful forces, ambition, quality, legacy, and style, that creates the magnetic pull. It's a watch that satisfies the rational mind and the emotional heart in equal measure. So, whether it's for the prestige, the craftsmanship, or the legacy, it's clear why men love their Rolex.